Howdy, 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 y'all. My name is David. I'm here with Joe, and welcome to Breakdown with Hansen and Brown. Today we have a very special guest on the show. Her name is Bridey Costello. Bridey,
Hey,
how you doing?
good.
For those of you who don't know, the reason we're playing this up is because Bridey is currently a student at the University of Is it Belmont University or University of Belmont?
Belmont University.
Oh, shoot, dang it, I missed
David,
that.
you fool.
I
You
went down.
insolent
I went
fool.
down and screwed it all
You
up, man.
complete chimpanzee of a human
You
being.
messed it
Shoot,
up.
dang it. I'm redder in the face than a rooster on Christmas Eve. Shoot, dang it.
Rooster on
Anyways,
Christmas Eve is red in the face because they just cut its head off. Lots of blood.
and on that note, welcome to our show. Bridey, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you guys.
You are one of our favorite people in the world. Bridey went to high school with us. Unfortunately, doesn't go to college with us, but that's because she is at an amazing school for music. And she is an amazing musician herself. Bridey, why don't you tell us a little bit about, like your major and what you do and,
Yeah,
songwriting, man.
cool. Yes, I'm a commercial voice major. My emphasis is songwriting. So basically, it's like vocal performance, but for just like a bunch of different genres, kind of. So it's like super cool. A lot of studies with the first 2 years are like mainly like classical voice, kind of, but commercial, not meaning like we write jingles. It's like different genres. Just thought I'd put that out there because every mom that I've ever told that major to is like, "Oh, you write jingles?" Like, no.
Yeah, you
I don't
go to
think
school
anybody
just
that
to
ended
write
up
like
writing
15.
jingles for a living started out trying to do that. I think they were
Yeah,
like, I
no.
want to go to college and learn how to write jingles for Toll
Yeah.
House cookies.
I'm gonna spend all my money at Belmont to learn how to write jingles. No, that's not what I'm doing. Yes, the class load is pretty intense. I am like always in class or sleeping or not sleeping. I don't really know. But I love Belmont. I love being in Nashville. There's a lot of cowboys everywhere. And cowgirls. So howdy, y'all.
That you feel right at home.
I kind of say y'all now. And
You even
people
have a banjo hanging in your room. Oh my gosh.
No, I don't know how to play it though. We found it on like the side of a road in Colorado when we took a road trip there.
Wow.
Random.
That's
Just
crazy.
didn't appreciate what they had out there in Colorado.
Mhm.
Now, I've been to Belmont. I visited Belmont at the same time that Bridey did. I don't know if Bridey had been there before we went there, but our choir took a trip to Nashville and we visited Belmont, and it has possibly one of, if not the most gorgeous campus of any college I've ever been to. Like, legitimately.
It's beautiful. Like, beautiful. Big buildings, really.
It
big
is. It's kind of an old plantation, and there are like cherry blossoms all over the place, and
Mhm.
like massive, like gorgeous white buildings and flowers, and it was beautiful.
Oh, yes.
And
Speaking on beautiful.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't mean to be rude there, partner.
It's all right.
And I know it's like a block away pretty much from Vanderbilt, right? And
Yeah, it's like honestly like a block and a half. It's right down the street.
so I'm sure, I know Vanderbilt's known for like its National Arboretum or whatever. I'm sure
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of those trees
Vanderbilt,
bleed over onto your
also
campus as well.
A gorgeous campus.
Yes, their campus is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Almost as good as Belmont, right?
No, Belmont's better.
Not really, not even close.
Are there any parts of the campus that we didn't see on our little trip to Nashville that like you went back later and found it? You're like, oh my God, I can't believe we didn't walk through this area.
I don't really know. We didn't really walk many places. I feel
No,
like
we
we
kind of
like
stayed right in the middle.
yeah, I feel like we stayed right by like the big lawn, like the newer side. We stayed on the newer side of campus, and like all the music buildings are on the older side of campus. And that's my favorite place. Like there's this like really old like little water fountain that I always sit by. It's like crooked. It's so lovely. It's right by the bell tower. Like that best place to sit and just like do homework or sit and enjoy the weather because it's beautiful down there. So I kind of wish we like saw that area, but yeah.
And it's fine for you. You get to live there now. So
That is
I never saw the area. You've seen it many times.
Yes, I have.
I mean, and living in Nashville in general has to be so cool. Like such a big music city.
There's concerts like you can go to like literally every night if you wanted to.
Oh my gosh.
And like the venues, it's like really, there's a lot of like really small, super cool venues that like, again, there's concerts like every night. And like, it's not like you're dropping like $60 on a ticket for a lot of things. Like it's like $15 or like, they're smaller artists, but like, just like, I don't know, personally, like the intimacy of like smaller venues is just such a different vibe and it's so cool. So definitely took advantage of that. Went to a good amount of concerts.
How much time do you spend on Main Street, Nashville? Because that was like I've been to Nashville 3 times now, and that is like my favorite place in the city.
Like Broadway?
Yeah, Broadway.
Oh my God, I didn't go there once. I didn't go there once.
I mean, I don't blame you. All those places are like 21 and over after a certain point night, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and like, what?
Tourist traps.
Complete tourist trap. And it's just so crowded and like dirty and like, I don't know. I feel like there's just so many like other places in Nashville that are like a lot prettier and like more space.
Bridey ain't no tourist.
I ain't no tourist. There's a, have you guys ever heard of 12th South?
I haven't.
It's closer to Belmont. Just because if I were to like go to Broadway, like the street, like it'd probably be like a 10-minute drive or like 7 if there's no traffic, I guess. But like 12th South is like 2 blocks away from our campus, and has so many restaurants and like little like galleries and just like random stuff that like it's kind of always popping down there. So I'm usually on that street, not Broadway.
Okay.
If I'm on a street.
Obviously didn't know that. Never lived in Nashville.
Yeah, Joe ain't from around these parts.
The cowboy hat, this is fake. I think this is from Party City.
That looks like an Australian hat.
Kind of does.
Joe's an Aussie.
A little bit more on the Aussie side, not gonna lie.
Crikey. If you took my hair, you'd look like a like right from down under.
Oh, your hair is getting real close to like Crocodile Dundee length. Like you're getting up there.
I'm gonna get lost in the woods pretty soon.
Oh man, it is so. Yeah, David had the right idea, and I told him I was gonna put on like a flannel and a bandana. He's like, "Nah, it's too hot in my room to do that." It is also too hot in here for me to do that.
Hot. I have the windows open.
It's too goddamn hot in this town right now.
Sorry, Joe. We have to keep it, friendly. So they can't strip. I know that was what you were going towards next, but
no, I'm not doing that. Just figured I'd point out the mistake that I've made.
No, I appreciate it when people tell me I'm right. So anytime.
I'm switching my name back again. I don't know if the viewers can even see what I changed
Probably
my name.
Not.
Sheriff.
I'll make sure they can't. So, Bridey, with these concerts, like normally people, when they think Nashville, they think, country music and such. Yeah. I'm sure there's so much more than just that. When you go to these small venues, is it mostly like country or folk music, or do you get a lot of different styles too?
I haven't been to one country like artist. I don't I love country if I'm like driving, but like other than that I don't listen to it. So like a lot of the times like these smaller venues are like hosting like singer-songwriter kind of stuff or just like funky pop bands kind of. Like there's so much music. Like it is definitely not just like the land of the country music. Like it's just the land of music. Like there's everything. You could find whatever type of music there, honestly, which is really cool.
That sounds like the dream. I mean, just everything, especially for someone who is as talented at music as you, getting to see all those other musicians has to be so really cool.
Yes, very inspiring.
So, like, how do you when you go to school for music, and I'm sure you develop like practical skills, but do you feel like your songwriting ability, like, do you feel a new inspiration now that you're somewhere new?
It definitely took a while. Like, I don't know. It was pretty hard to write there at first because I'm not in any like songwriting classes yet. So like I'm just mainly like sticking with like music specific major classes right now. My emphasis of songwriting doesn't start till I think second semester sophomore year or even junior year.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
but it's definitely cool. Like just like, I mean, there's a bunch of inspiration with like meeting new people and being in a new place that like I've definitely been able to write some like new kind of like different stuff that I wouldn't have been able to write here, which is always cool for new inspiration.
That is cool.
Yes.
And like, since you're taking classes that are based on music, in your free time, do you still like to just sit down with a guitar and do something? Or do you like, once your classes are over, you hang up the guitar and you go do something with your friends?
It definitely depends on the day. A lot of like my freshman classes were all like so classically based that like I like immediately when I was over with classes or homework, like I'd want to be doing my own music. So I honestly would pick up like my guitar and just do my own stuff. Cause like it's super cool being able to study all these like different things with like classical music and stuff, but like that's definitely not where my interests lie for like what I want to do for my own like artistry. So I definitely enjoyed the time where I wasn't working on the classical stuff. But it's important curriculum that like I'm so grateful that I'm learning it. But yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love like, as someone whose major is very much not musical, I love hearing about like the process you get to go through to
Yes.
keep
Yeah.
being musical.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little jealous. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, actually, I think we should repeat the question to David. David, when you get home from your third math class, do you hang up the math? Do you leave it at the door, or
Yeah.
do you kind of sit down and just pull out some equations, just kind of mess around, kind of some of your own stuff? Yeah, how does that work for you, David?
Perfect night for me is going home, pulling up a chair, putting a fire in the old fireplace, and looking through old stat books. Yeah. Sports stats, people stats. I just grab an almanac and I go through all those numbers. Shoot. That's my
Woo!
kind of night.
Hey, Sally, come in here and look at this statistical paradox.
Yeah.
Woo-wee!
Shoot.
It's a rough one.
You know that LeBron James was shooting at a rate of 75% from the three-point line last season? Gosh, golly.
Did
Yeah.
you know that if Shaquille O'Neal missed every single one of his free throws, it would affect the winning streak of his teams almost not at all?
Shoot. Well, okay, Joe, big guy. It's not like you go home and you're like, all right, time to do more coding.
You are wrong. I actually do a lot of coding in my free time.
Well,
Interesting.
I was trying to give you a setup there.
I work in a satellite lab, so I spend a lot of my free time doing that kind of stuff. I'm still working on the mission parser right now.
I get it. You guys both love your majors that you get to do them outside of your class, but I'm stuck doing math.
It's fun. No, that's actually a real schematic behind me. I'm going to build a Dalek. My goal this summer. Exterminate! Fun little Doctor Who joke for anybody that happens to like Doctor Who.
I don't. Sorry. Bridey, back to you. And let's... Now, hi there. Now that, so you're in somewhere that is 6 to 8 hours away from good old Elmhurst, Illinois.
Yes.
But you are lucky enough that you do go to a campus where two people you knew very well in high school actually go there.
That is very true.
But, still it's, I'm sure you met plenty of other people. What's it like adjusting to that? Like, yeah, Brady's kind of outgoing and private.
It is a little.
What's what is that like? Just you're in a completely new environment, like not Midwest at all. You get a totally different variety of people.
Totally.
Like that's got to be really cool, right?
Yeah, I think I was definitely grateful to like know some people going into it, and definitely comforting. But I think that like, I mean, you guys could probably like agree, like freshman year isn't easy. Like it's not necessarily like, easy making friends. I was lucky enough to become like best friends with my roommate very fast. Like we're living together next year, and very excited about that. But yeah, I have friends from like all over the place, which is just so cool. I mean, like that's what college is for, is to meet people from like all over the place. Hopefully, I don't know. I definitely saw it as like an opportunity to do that. But I think I don't know. It was hard because it's so far away too. So I couldn't just be like, I want to come home. Like, if I wanted to come home, I needed to, like, plan it.
Yeah.
Or, like, find a plane ticket that was cheap, or, like, I don't know. But I definitely enjoy the fact that I'm far, because I think not being able to just, like, pack up and come home whenever I wanted forced me to, like, be more accepting with, like, the people that I was hanging out with, or, like, I don't know, just accept the fact that, like, I need to make a family here, like, as soon as I can, or just, like, with the people around me. So it feels like home.
And I've got to ask, being in Nashville, I'm sure you got to be really independent for yourself. So coming home back to living with parents and siblings and stuff, then it's got to be, yeah, I bet you're missing Nashville right now.
Yes, I am. I love my family. Don't get me wrong. They're great.
They're like the two people that listen to this. My family, at least, they're like the two people that listen to the show. So
your family listens to the show, David?
Well, not always. Sometimes they're like, who's on? I'll be like, oh, it's Joe Brown, and they're like,
nah.
I'm like, oh, but it's Bridey Costello, and they're like, oh, okay, then I'll watch. Okay.
My mom watched one episode. She only watched the one with Mike.
That's fair. Mike's a god.
Mike is a god.
No, she just enjoyed that he bullied David and I the entire time. I miss Ben. Ben was like really, really nice to us and like gave us a bunch of compliments. And I was like, man, I'm so used to Mike just like tearing us apart.
Joe, your mom won't watch that kind of episode though. So Bridey, you really need to just dig into us. All right.
Okay. You know what? Cut your hair, David.
Yes. There it is.
Someone had to say it. I'm kidding. Keep it. I don't know.
No, I do need a little bit of a trim, but what can you do?
It's a corn cut.
I need a haircut.
As the sun comes out, I'm reminded that all of this time inside has worsened my complexion, and now I'm afraid to even step outside. I'm just going to get burnt so easily.
I definitely understand that, Joe. I feel you.
It's just nice because you're the first ginger that we've ever had on this show after weeks of David making fun of me for being a ginger.
I am outnumbered.
Can I be real with you, David, for a second?
Please, yeah.
What do you have against us gingers?
Okay, listen.
David.
What, like, genuinely, what is it?
What are we doing? Where this is going. This is my favorite episode.
What do we do? Like, man. What do we do?
Listen,
Vindication!
Okay. So, it's completely situational. It's just that you guys were in the minority, and it was an easy target. It's like a bright red flashing target.
It's just right there. It catches your eye.
Just right there.
It's bright and shiny.
That's not good enough.
I'm in the minority, which can be bad.
Accept it, but it's fine.
In order to atone for your sins, David, you must eat an entire pound of corned beef.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I think that'd be a good punishment.
You're so Irish.
And potatoes. Like, you need to have like 7 potatoes with it.
Yeah, I did have so many potatoes, David.
Well, and my dad will come over and he'll just like bagpipe in your face too.
Until I finish.
Oh, wait, no, I think I saw one of Mr. Costello's amazing backyard bagpipe performances on social media.
Yes, he does a lot of that. Day like 60.
I'm jealous. I don't live anywhere near you. I wouldn't be able to hear it.
Yeah, it's okay. I hear it every day. So.
I live a mile away and I hear it.
Yeah.
No, I live right next to the train tracks. So that tends to drown everything out.
I remember one night we were in one of our friends' backyards, and your dad was just playing in the backyard right over from the Lampus house. And,
yeah, he loves them.
Yeah. You think you got your musical love for string instruments from your dad's bagpipe playing? From the sense that you're like, God, I want to play music, but nothing like that.
As far as I can get from whatever that monstrosity is.
Oh.
Yeah,
My light's going in and out. Paranormal activity. Bridey, I have an opinion on this, so I want to ask your opinion first, since you're kind of a professional. What's the worst instrument?
The worst instrument?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know. I have an opinion.
Wait, okay, let me just think for a second.
I think we should all come up with our answer of what our least favorite is.
Well, I think my favorite instruments are definitely like stringed instruments, and I do love like a good horn section. I don't know what like. I don't think there's like a terrible instrument. I think it's definitely all based on like your personal preference.
Oh, I thought you were about to attack like the clarinet.
I mean,
the clarinet is an interesting instrument because it's the closest instrument in terms of pitch to the human voice. Man,
I like the clarinet because it's the one instrument where you can really tell who screws up in like middle school and high school band because it's the person who squeaks.
That's true.
I hate my internet.
I don't know.
My internet keeps going off.
I don't know what the worst instrument is. I don't know. What do you think the worst instrument is?
Okay, so there's some stuff, really cool stuff that people do with this instrument. And I know exactly what
you're gonna say.
I like to say beforehand that I love almost all string instruments. Like they are some of my favorite instruments. Ukulele is not an instrument. It's a 4-string toy.
Right there.
I see it. And that's what made me think of it.
Here's the thing. I don't like it either.
Oh.
Big man is worse. Mine is blue.
I don't know. I respect people who are. I don't know. The ukulele. You can do. I don't know. Ben's like really good at the ukulele. Like he can make it like work, but like most people can't because they only know the C chord. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it like depends on the person.
C chord?
It's the 4-chord instrument, you know?
I don't think this is in tune.
They've got A minor, C, and G, and they can play Riptide. My favorite song that Bridey wrote.
Do you want to play Riptide?
Bridey wrote that song. Did you know that?
I did.
No, but like, I think real musicians can do really cool stuff with a ukulele.
Yes.
But hot take, if you only play ukulele, you're not a musician.
I kind of agree. Maybe that's bad and mean, but like, I don't know, like, don't you want to, if you're a musician, don't you want to be like broadening your horizons to not just the ukulele?
David, that's not fair because I don't know a single person that only plays the ukulele. They all sing too.
But like, it feels like training wheels. Like, I understand people like it. You know, you need to learn an instrument.
It is a good it is a good place to start if you're wanting to like, maybe I don't know. If you're wanting to play guitar, like it kind of is a good place to start to like, introduce you to like some things.
Frets.
Like you can't really give a 3-year-old a full-sized guitar. Their little fingers aren't really.
Might as well just like chuck a guitar at them and be like, try it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? That's my thing. Like, why not?
Yeah, I mean,
you know that happened to Ben Pavlik. Ben Pavlik was definitely playing a real guitar when he was like 2.
Yes, for sure he was.
Well, yeah. Well, and his dad is like the band teacher at the high school, so I'm sure. I'm sure you
guys have both stood in his living room. There are guitars literally just strewn about his house everywhere.
As a 3-year-old, his dad was probably whiplashing him, where he was like strumming, and he's like,
"Not my tempo!
Not my tempo!"
Just gets a cymbal thrown at his head from the kitchen. He's got like cymbals in the drawers of the kitchen, so you gotta pull them out. Like, ah!
Fan theory: Mr. Pavlik uses cymbals as dinner plates.
Kind of funny.
Well, David, I know you saw Ben's midnight concert last night. Bri, did you happen to log on to that? Were you awake?
I was awake and I tapped onto it for a hot second, but I was talking to a friend, so I couldn't like watch it. So then I like hopped off. I felt bad. I wanted to see it, but I just like I didn't. I'm sad I didn't like really tune in. Was it good?
Yeah, he played a couple songs. He played like 4 or 5 songs and then he went to bed.
Thunder was crazy last night, but yeah, it was.
Oh, it was really crazy where he was. It wasn't that bad like here. Wherever Ben was, he was getting massive cracks of thunder.
Well, and speaking of online concerts, you know, Bridey, sometimes you do stuff. I know you did recently for the York Fine Arts Week where you just, you know, picked up your guitar and played a tune. I think that's one of like, as a musician, especially with the kind of music you write, like it's so cool how you're able to just pick up a guitar anywhere and you can just play one of your songs. And it can be in a small setting, it can be in a huge setting, like on a stage, like you did for that one fair. Like it. Your music is just so universal that it's so cool to hear you play.
Yeah, I think that is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, thank you. I think it's really special, especially during this time. I think it's super cool to see like all these like very, very well-known like artists coming on and doing like benefit concerts or like fundraisers and like playing their music. I don't know. I think it's really special.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool.
Yeah, that is. Wow, man, gotta love music. No, it just brings everyone together.
Going together.
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya.
Oh, that's bright. I turned on my light again. So. Kumbaya. Thank you. And for everyone listening, we are about to go into. I want everyone to hold hands with the person closest to them. And
No.
Hey, COVID-19, 6 feet apart, social distancing.
Get
What's going on here, David? Telling people to hold hands.
I'm sorry. Are you not? Is the closest person to you not your family? Are you not living in your house with your family? Do you wear a mask every time you go to the family dinner, Joe?
Yes. Duh.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with COVID-19. That's for personal reasons.
Yeah, I could see that.
Joe just doesn't want to catch whatever they have.
Whatever they have.
Whatever made my sister the way that she is, I don't want it.
All right. Let's attack siblings.
We're
I
talking
had attacked my older brother, but he had the decency to leave, so he's not here anymore.
Now, Bridey, hopefully when we all eventually get to go back to school, what are your plans for second semester? You know, like, are you, huh?
9.
Oh, all right. Are you going back to dorms? Are you trying to get a house? What's the deal with that?
Well, here's the thing. If we have to go online, I think me and my friends are going to try to get a house down there and just like be down there. Cause I just like don't see myself being able to like actually get anything done if I have to stay here. Nothing against anyone. It's just, I can't be here. But if we're allowed on campus, which I'm hopeful that like Belmont's going to figure it out. I'm very hopeful that we'll be back on campus because we're a smaller school. It's like 8,000, if not like 7,000. Like, I don't know. It's not as like big as U of I or like Big Ten schools. So if I'm back on campus, I'm living with 3 of my bestest friends, and we have a apartment on campus though. So like, it's like campus dorming technically, but the apartments are really nice. We all have our own rooms. We have a kitchen area and like a family room area. They're like, so
it sounds like my dorm from last year.
I'm excited. I'm like really hope we can go back because I really am looking forward to that.
And does that mean you're going to be cooking for yourself?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I've been learning how to cook this quarantine. I can make bomb chicken pot pie and chicken noodle soup. Come at me.
Dang.
Ooh.
Really good. I'll make you some if you want some.
Big in the poultry section. All right. All right.
Give me like a meat short.
Yeah.
Now what's the yeehaw? What's like the deal you got set up with your roomies? Are you each gonna like take turns cooking, or is one of you a better cook than the others? What's the deal with that?
My friend B, she probably is the best cook. She's vegan and she just like knows her stuff in the kitchen. I feel like it's gonna be random, like pretty random. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like maybe like one night a week, like Sunday night, we have like kind of like a dinner together. But other than that, like I feel like our schedules are just gonna be crazy that like we probably will just eat whenever and like make our own food. But I mean on the weekends I wouldn't be surprised if we like all like cook together or like I don't know, B made us a meal. I feel like she's gonna be like grinding in the kitchen all the time. She makes some really good vegan stuff. I should probably go vegan. She thinks I should go vegan. She thinks we all should, which is fair. We should, but I don't.
What's her is she doing it for environmental reasons? Is she doing it for animals to protect the lives of animals? What's her main reasoning? It's
kind of like self-health plus like also being conscious of like the animals and like the environment. So it's kind of all of it. I feel like. I don't know. She loves it.
Health-wise, it varies greatly depending on like your body type and whatnot. Because I ate vegetarian for about 6 months earlier this year for environmental reasons because I care a lot about the environment. But during that time, I lost about 10 pounds, and it was really difficult for me to maintain my weight.
Yeah.
Just because of how fast my metabolism is and the amount of exercise that I do, I need to eat like something like 3,500 calories a day.
Yeah.
And it's really, really hard to maintain that while eating vegetarian, especially at a university where I don't control what they put in the dining hall. So I think health-wise, it kind of depends on your body type, but it can be very healthy to eat more vegetarian and to stay away from like red meats and high cholesterol foods.
Yeah, it definitely, I feel like it would be hard for me too. I'm anemic and like just very low iron.
Yeah.
Therefore, like if I didn't get that meat, like I don't think it'd be good for me. Like like I just don't think it'd be healthy for me to like completely like X out all like the red meats and stuff because I don't get much iron in general. So
what I've found somewhere closer to what I eat these days is more of a Mediterranean diet where if you're getting meat, you stay closer to poultry or fish. And I don't really eat red meat much anymore. And like lots of vegetables, lots of fruit. That's what I've felt best doing that, as opposed to there were times when I was eating vegetarian, I just didn't feel good.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting enough nutrients.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know a lot on the topic, I'll be honest. Like all the benefits. Huh?
Why didn't you do your research?
I know. I should have known that this is where the episode
You
was
should have known.
It's been brought up on the show before, David.
Whenever you get in an episode with two gingers, it always goes to veganism. That's just a rule.
We just don't have souls, so we care about the souls of others. We
and
don't care about
neither
what we
do
want.
we. No. So I don't know a lot of all the health benefits, but I do know that red meat definitely is not the greatest for both yourself and the environment. So I've personally tried to cut down on that. I don't know if I don't think I'd have the willpower to go full vegetarian.
I feel like I could do it. But I don't know if I will.
I applaud you if you are able to do it. I mean,
Maybe we'll try it.
And, you just learned all those recipes for chicken pot pie, so you're gonna have to replace it with like
bean,
what do they call it? Vicken or whatever they call it.
Or tofu.
Tofu is not very good.
Or just one night, just make a chicken pot pie and throw your vegan roommate a salad and just be like, boom.
That's probably what I'll do.
In my opinion, vegetarian food is at its best when you're not eating like meat substitutes. Because when you're trying to eat something that's like almost meat, but it's not meat, it just ends up being disappointing. Like veggie burgers aren't that good. But if you do something that's completely in the opposite direction, like a falafel wrap, like that's really, really good. And that stuff's not pretending to be meat. It's just a completely different version of food that just doesn't incorporate meat. That's the kind of stuff that I really like.
That's good advice.
So even if you like disguise the veggie burger, it's just you can tell the difference.
I'll eat veggie burgers. It's just not my favorite thing to eat when I was eating vegetarian. I really liked Chipotle serves like a veggie burrito bowl where it's like beans and fajita veggies and onions and peppers and whatnot, as opposed to like a protein. It actually has more calories than the other bowls because it comes with guacamole for free.
Oh.
Oh.
Ruff, my dog's barking.
I don't have a dog, unlike you two. Boom. Once again, in the minority. Gosh, it's so hard being
Yeah, David, how hard is it to just be in the minority all the time?
Constantly as a white straight male. It's really hard. Yeah. Let me tell you about my struggle. Oh, man.
I hate you.
Yeah. Did you go to Target the other day and they didn't have khakis in your size?
No. Yeah, that was real tough. That was really tough. Yeah.
So funny.
My legs are just too long, but I don't have any meat on my bones, so I couldn't find a waist size. And I need those khakis, man.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah, really. I need a really light shade of khakis so that I look tanner.
Khakis.
Khakis.
All my friends at school make fun of my accent.
No way.
All of them.
So glad I go to school in the Midwest.
Still, I've been friends with them since like the first couple weeks, and they'll still be like, "Mom, Pop." Like, what do you want from me?
My sister got in a lot of trouble, got a lot of harassment for saying words like bag and like back.
I don't call it cornhole. I call it bags,
because that's the right word.
Yeah, right. It's called bags.
Bags.
It's literally called bags. Cornhole. What is that? Don't play me.
There's not a. My bags aren't even filled with corn seeds. Why would I call it cornhole?
Yeah. What would you guys know about corn anyway? All right. I'm from Cornsville, USA.
Yeah.
All right. Don't tell me about corn.
That's like people calling Illinois, Illinois. Like, they just don't know.
Just don't know.
And we're right, of course.
Always.
Obviously.
What other things do you get, like, do you get called out for, like, and different Midwestern things?
Yes. Or just the whole, like, I'm such the type of person who's like, maybe this is more a universal thing, but I'm just always like, yeah, no, or no, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a big Midwestern thing. I
I'm
found
like,
that out.
yeah.
No,
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
No, yeah, for sure.
Combining no and yeah in conjunction to mean different things is apparently very much a Midwestern accent thing.
That's what I heard. And I do it like 500 times a day.
So funny.
So I get
I
picked
think
on
it's
for
hilarious.
that. I just get picked on for, I don't know. I feel like I've learned that I'm a very easy target, I guess. So I get picked on for a lot of things, but it's fine.
Sorry, Brady.
I blame you.
Yeah,
No.
I started it.
You started it.
Specifically David, yeah.
You started with my
I
ginger.
started with the red hair, and then everyone just followed my lead all the way down.
All the way down to Nashville. I know you called them. I know you called all of them and was like, make fun of Bridey for being a ginger.
How
So
did you? But no, I didn't. No.
I know
way.
you did.
No. I definitely didn't call your friend Jimmy.
Don't have a friend named Jimmy, but I know.
I knew he was gonna guess some random name. I knew that was coming.
Jimmy?
Jimmy? I don't know. Sounds like a name that could be from down there. No, what I really meant was your friend. Give me a second to type in Bridey Costello on Instagram.
Are you going to stalk my Instagram page just to find one of my friends?
No, yes, maybe.
What if I'm lying to you? I maybe don't even have any friends.
That's a lie. I see you at Cumin Station with Donovan, of course. Your best friend, Donovan, who I, of course, called and told him to bully you.
Donovan, yes. Who is in the pocket of David Hansen.
Is her name Bex?
Paid handsomely.
Bex? B-E-K-S? Bex? Is that like short for Becca?
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
We love Bex.
Bex. Bex and Briddy. Bex and Bridget.
Briddy?
Briddy.
Well, you know what's interesting,
Briddy?
actually? The three other girls I'm living with, it's Bridey, Brenna, Bex, and B. We're all B's.
And one girl's name is just B.
Well, it's Lorna Beatriz, but she goes by B.
Oh.
So
her name's Lauren.
Lorna
She was
Beatriz.
like, I gotta fit in with these guys. I gotta have a B name.
No,
I'll just
she's
go by B.
She's always gone by B.
Oh, okay.
Okay, no, right.
Oh, yeah, all right.
He's actually the one who assembled all of the bees.
Probably.
Oh, all right. We're getting to the. Joe, do you have any other kind of questions for Bridey?
I was going to ask her how much she spends on sunscreen living in the South.
You know what's interesting? I bought 2 things of sunscreen like the first day because I was like, crap, I'm going to need it all the time. But it turns out I never wear it.
Wow.
So I still have those and they're perfectly full. So I actually don't spend a lot of money on it because I always forget to put it on. So
did you just get all red on the face like a Georgia peach all the time?
Yep.
Shoot.
Well, no, I feel like no. Didn't get that burnt down there.
Maybe you're immune now that you've been living down there for a while.
Maybe I am.
Whoa. That's a superpower right there. Could you imagine an Irish person? Yeah, look at Joe. Could you imagine an Irish person that can't get sunburned? That's an oxymoron.
It'd be unstoppable. I burn like crazy, and I'm more Polish than I am Irish. And I burn so easily.
I'm German.
I just get a bunch of freckles easily.
Yeah.
I love my freckles. They're coming in.
I see them. They're really.
I get excited every day. I look in the mirror. I'm like, oh, more freckles. I know when they come in. I'm like, oh, that's a new one.
Oh.
This whole section is new.
Oh yeah, looks at an arm covered in freckles. That one's new.
No,
I haven't seen that one before.
It's new. I swear.
Do they grow in patches, or do you just like one at a time?
I don't know. These sections are like pretty new.
Yeah.
I should have freckles like on my face, but I spend so much time inside that they've all faded away. They come back like across my nose and my cheeks and stuff if I spend any amount of time in the sun.
I remember the tragic day when I had to look at my me character that, when you had a Wii, every little kid had a Wii. I had to look at my Wii character and be like, he doesn't have freckles anymore. He can't have freckles anymore.
Cannot.
It was a sad
day.
It was tragic. All right. As we're getting near the end of our hour that flew by, like seriously, this time has flown today. We like to end our episodes every week with a little game. Since we usually have college students on, it's a little game about what you would do to pay off your loans. Joe came up with the title, and Joe, the name of the game is
Sticks and Stones to Pay Your Loans.
That's right. So the way we play, Bridey, is that we just come up with just a scenario, a random scenario that you would have to go through, but by going through it, you would get all of your loans completely paid off.
Okay.
Now, last week or 2 weeks ago, Joe came up with the idea that you'd have to live in either Arkansas or Indiana for the rest of your life. That was a pretty easy no. It could be you have googly eyes.
You always say that was an easy no, but you and Evie both said yes to that condition.
I said no, I thought.
You said yes because I told you that you were allowed to travel for work for 6 months out of the year.
You're right. And I said Indianapolis isn't that bad. If it was just Arkansas, no. But we don't have to rehash that.
I don't literally do either.
So it's just stuff like that. I have a scenario for this week. I'm just going to shoot it out there. So you get all of your student loans paid off. They're all gone. All of them completely gone. But for the rest of your once every year for the rest of your life, you get put in a most dangerous game situation where there's someone, just a random person who gets assigned to hunt you for 24 hours, just one day. Now, they're not trying to kill you. They don't have bullets.
They can't kill me?
No, they can't kill you. They just have elephant tranks. They're just trying to tag you, And if you get tagged, you lose $5,000.
I have to pay them back $5,000?
No, it's just since you didn't have to pay your loans, you just lose $5,000.
Do I know what day it is every day?
No, you don't know what day of the year it's going to happen, but it's going to be a random person anywhere. So it could be someone who is stuck in Taiwan and just can't reach you for that 24 hours. But you won't know. It's not like once that day is over, you're like, oh, you got it done for the year. Now you're safe for the rest of the year. Okay, so
that's
really, really bad cons. I don't know. You could be going on a date with someone, that day. You're on a date with them, and they just pull out a trank gun when you're about to order. You're just
alternatively, you're on a date with someone and some other guy pulls out a trank gun. Now your date thinks that you live a secret double life and are really cool, and that seems like a plus side.
Exactly.
Wait,
You could get a whole.
Just a trank. Well, no, then I have to pay them $5,000, or I lose $5,000.
Yeah, if you get tranked. But I mean, yeah.
But maybe I'll be rich by then, so it'd be cool. I'll be okay, I get.
Yeah. Plus, you're really good at karate. So if someone walks up to you with.
How did we go an entire episode without mentioning that Bridey's a second-degree black belt?
Hiya!
That is true. We didn't mention it.
I think we were so obsessed with the redhead. We got. I think this is a real lesson for us. We got hooked up with the superficial stuff, looks, that we didn't really take a deeper dive into.
You didn't even try to.
Yeah, David. How dare you?
Wow. That really makes you think, doesn't it?
I think, honestly, I'd maybe do it. But, I don't know. But, I think I'd do it.
You can make, a game show out of it.
That's as long as there's no risk for death, that sounds entertaining enough to me.
That sounds like I can do it. Because I'm not going to die.
Yeah.
My one thing I worry about is that I'm somewhere important, like a funeral or something, and someone just tranks me, and I just I'm not worried about the 5,000. I'm worried about just falling over in the middle of a crowd, and someone just looks down and is like, "Oh wow, David just got tranked."
Well, maybe maybe I'd form a pack of 4 people to help me defend them off every year or something like that.
You could get your own Secret Service.
Yeah, I feel like I could do that.
Someone's about to shoot you with a trank and they just dive and they're like, no.
They die. Yeah, they die for me.
It sounds like an interesting addition to a mundane life. I'd be down. Yes. It sounds pretty fun.
I think I'd take this one too.
I think I'd take it.
Even if that meant one day I wake up and my mom's just standing over me yippee-ki-yay.
Yippee-ki-yay. Or your mom was the one that was doing it.
Whoa. What if she was the one hiring people? Like she was the Charlie of Charlie's Angels.
Bro, that'd be like, I don't know if I could like talk to her anymore. I feel like I'd be pretty pissed. I'd be like, Mom, how could you?
I think for the second week in a row, we just came up with a really good movie idea.
Oh my God, you're so right. You're right.
We kind of have to market it.
I feel like that'd be good.
Wanted, tranked, or alive. With original music from Bridey Costello.
Totally.
Okay, so I've got one that's not going to be potentially as entertaining. This one's just going to suck.
Okay.
So, to pay your student loans, for the rest of your life, you are no longer allowed to use any form of music streaming, music downloads, YouTube music. The only way that you are allowed to listen to music, like through a device, is with public radio.
Oh.
When I say public radio, I don't mean like Pandora. I mean like you have to tune into like WW 96.3 and
this
way you have access to every single radio station.
Can I like go to live events?
Yeah, you can go to live events. And you can like listen to people play music like live, but you know how much time you spend listening to music like plugged into your phone? Whenever you're on a device, you're only allowed to use public radio.
So I'm just like running down the track, working out, and I have to tune into like, and I accidentally tune into like the Spanish station. Now I don't know what's going on, but it could be good. I just worry about the commercials. But like with Spotify, you're already getting ads.
What? No. Why aren't you premium?
Why don't you have? I mean, I have Google.
Oh, sorry, I have to pay my student loans. I didn't get out of them by getting hunted by its breakdowns.
For $10 a month, you can have Google Music and YouTube Red. They're connected.
But you know what? Spotify Premium's worth it. That I pay that also myself. So you know what, David? You should really invest because it's a lot better.
I use Apple Music, so
shut up.
That's the worst version.
I
download my Apple Music. I download it. Yeah.
Like I do love Apple, but like when it comes to their stream, oh my God, why?
Yo, let's bash Apple.
I love to bash Apple. I hate Apple. I have way too much information, way more than you want to hear about why I hate Apple.
I'm kind of curious.
Frequently, Siri doesn't understand what I'm saying. What is this, 2000?
Oh, no, it has nothing to do with that either. Like, I fundamentally disagree with their entire, like, motto as a company. Like, straight up. Like, I'm a huge Steve Wozniak fanboy, and that entire company was built on screwing over Steve Wozniak, who is one of the great geniuses of computer engineering.
Their foundation is just...
They literally... Steve Jobs built that company into what it is by screwing over Steve Wozniak and shitting on everything he believed on for years. And Steve Wozniak was too nice to ever do anything
about it. I reckon we strung a rough chord with Joe Brown here.
I think we did.
Yeah. Wow, that was a music pun. Wow. I didn't even...
It's so funny.
Shoot. Joe, what is that why you never use Apple phones?
I have used Apple phones before. The reason I don't use Apple phones is I prefer currently I prefer the Pixel. I have a Pixel too. I don't pick my phones based on brand loyalty. I pick my phone based on like which one has the features that I want. Currently I'm a big fan of the Pixel.
Here, I thought you just didn't want an iPhone because you wanted to make every group message you're in harder.
So much harder.
So much harder.
That is just like mean. When people don't have like Apple, like when they screw over the group chat, like that's just mean.
It's really selfish of you, Joe.
It's really selfish.
Yeah. Let's pick on Joe and not me.
No, we're picking on David.
What? No, we were doing so well, Bridey.
No, David, don't even.
All right. So going back to Joe's thing, would you pay off your student
more of a mild nuisance, right?
The other thing with the radios, like with Spotify, at least you can listen to like a channel of music you like or playlists that other people created. With the radio,
it's so bad.
They play the same songs over and over.
I don't think I would. I think I'd just pay my own. I don't think I could. Especially just because like my life, like, I don't know, so much, depending on like, I don't know like what career-wise like everything's gonna like turn out. And like, just so much of my like life is like based on music and like, I just don't think I could do it.
And you don't really discover new artists on the radio.
Ever.
No.
It's just Pitbull saying how he's Mr. Worldwide, you know?
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
Or my favorite
Red one.
DJ Khaled coming in with that "We the best" music.
We the.
It's like a 6-year-old that you piggybacked on their older sibling's little project and just goes,
Yeah.
Music.
Have you ever heard DJ Khaled sing
No, he does.
or rap? Does he rap ever? He's just a producer, right?
Yeah.
I want to hear DJ Khaled rap. I would pay student loans to hear DJ Khaled rap.
I'd pay extra student loans.
Yeah, I would.
Hear.
Extra.
I would not. It sounds terrible.
I think that's called going to a concert where you pay money to go see someone perform. But you know,
Sure. For sure.
Yeah,
I definitely couldn't take the condition because I'm the type of person that will listen to the exact same song over and over and over and over again. And if I can't do that, like I've been listening to the same acoustic version of "Stupid Deep" by John Bellion for the last 4 days on repeat over and over again.
So good.
If I couldn't do that, I'd be disappointed.
Joe, and how would you repeatedly listen to Panic at the Disco? They're just not on the radio anymore.
They are, but unfortunately, it's always "Hey Look Ma, I Made It," which is the worst song on that album. It's the worst song on the entire album, and it's the only one that the radio will play. Occasionally, you get "High Hopes," which is pretty good. But it's just "Hey Look Ma, I Made It" over and over.
I didn't think we were going to get a concert today, but I'm glad we did.
Yes. Lovely. So
It's
I
like
wouldn't either, Joe. I wouldn't either.
I couldn't take it. My loans aren't that bad. I go to a state.
My loans are pretty bad, but I just still don't think I could take it.
I could go to a bunch of concerts with all the money I saved on not paying for student loans.
Oh, that's fair.
But
no, I still wouldn't. Can I record it at the concert?
Like in your everyday life. No, because on your device,
listen to voice memos.
Music is. Ben Pavlik just started a live Instagram video.
I saw that.
Well, we have to end this. We're no match for him.
We have to
He's
end
gonna
this.
take all our viewers.
All of our viewers have left to go watch Ben now.
Our 2 viewers, my mom and my dad, were just like, "Oh yeah, we like him better."
We need to go.
We actually, though, our time is wrapping up here.
Yeah.
Bridey, it was so fun having you on.
It was so fun. I'm so glad you asked me. It was so kind of like random, and I love it. It was so much fun.
You're just such a good impromptu just talker, and so we love having you on. Is there, for the people who end up listening or watching later, how can they find your music and your stuff?
Yes, follow me on Instagram, either my personal or my music account, Bridey Costello Music. I post all my updates there. I post a lot of like covers and stuff. But my music is on pretty much all streaming devices or just streaming platforms. So Spotify, Apple Music. Just like, I don't think it's on YouTube, but I think it's on like Amazon and like Google too. Whatever you listen to, it's probably there. And I'm hopefully releasing a single in like the next like 3 weeks probably. So
wow,
get excited.
Oh my God. I didn't know we caught you at such a pivotal moment.
Like, now I feel like a professional like talk show with a celebrity that's got a movie coming out soon.
Yeah, that's
play a clip of that movie real quick.
Wow.
I'm working on it. It's almost done.
And when it hits #1 charts, we can point to this interview as we got the exclusive.
Yeah, the one.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
It caught me early.
Bridey, thank you so much again. Is there anything else you have left to say?
Dad, I love you. Love you, parents. Hi everybody. Thanks for listening and watching. But no, really, just thank you for having me. It was fun.
Yeah. Hey, anytime.
Yeah.
Joe, anything you'd like to wrap up with today?
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Well, this has been Hansen and Brown doing the breakdown during the lockdown. And good night, everyone. And we'd like to remind you to stop picking on redheads, guys. They don't deserve it.
No, we don't.
Maybe a little.
Mean.
Maybe a little.
Stop
No,
it.
we don't.
All right. Bye, guys.